Hello everybody, it's the Wagapais Q&A. We've had our share of partying yesterday, so we're unable to do anything else today.
We didn't even try.
Go!
I want to ask about karaoke. Is it really popular with Japanese people? Is it gaijin friendly? Very popular among Japanese people. A lot of people go to karaoke. I'd say karaoke here is more popular than going to the movies.
The gaijin friendly thing depends on the chain, depends on the company you go with. The major ones are pretty good. The tablets you use to order songs usually have an English version, so it's pretty easy to work with that. And the staff in karaoke places, most of the time you can communicate with them. I wouldn't go as far as say they speak English, but they understand
how to make it work.
The basic stuff, right?
Yeah. Hi guys, what's the best ramen bar in Tokyo? Could you recommend any?
My two favorites would be Ichiran and Ippudo, which both are pretty big franchises. I like many different ramen shops, but I don't even know their names. For me, it's just the one with the red sign, the one with good meat, the one with miso flavor. I just know them like that.
My favorite one of all that I've had so far is Mutakiya by Ikebukuro Station on the south side. I've taken you there.
We tried to go there for the vlog a few weeks ago, but the line was like for 2 hours of waiting, so...
Yeah. What was your biggest fears before you moved to Japan? For example, treatment by the Japanese people or difficulties in communication?
Maybe just the fact that it's a very alien country, so everything works a bit different here, and that I maybe would not be able to like grow into this society and make it work.
For me, I guess I had a different experience than you, because I actually moved here and you kind of came and eventually just stayed.
Yeah.
I think I was mostly excited and probably worried about like having to make new friends and that first period where you're kind of alienated and alone, because I came alone, not knowing anyone. Okay, we all know the countries you want to see and live there for some time, so let's make this thing upside down. What country don't you want to visit the most? What's at the bottom of my list is definitely things that are most similar to the US. So like the UK, Canada, Australia. I love beaches, so I want to go to Australia. New Zealand seems intriguing because it's got a lot of adventure sports opportunities. And then actually Canada even is like super beautiful, like amazing skiing and amazing nature, so I'd love to see it for that. So I guess the UK is my least like my least intriguing country for me.
I wouldn't like to go to a very dangerous country like Somalia, for example.
I would love to go.
I wouldn't be comfortable going there. Or parts of South America. Like, which one's the most dangerous? Honduras?
That's Central, yeah. Hi, you mentioned that dating here is something really different than what we are used to and people are really shy. I've heard somewhere that people here are very conservative and faithful about these relationships things. Is it true?
No.
I think it's conservative in a different way. Relationships exist for economic reasons. Like the way you used to get married for your kingdoms to be joined and stuff like that. Once you have children, you kind of stop having sex and stuff like this, and then you do those things outside of the relationship.
Well, it's very common in Japan, I think. Like, people just have affairs.
It's kind of open, like you'll go out with your colleagues and your colleagues will just go and, you know, go sleep with someone else and you know they're married, and it's just...
The first few times this happened to me, I was just confused. Like, somebody was trying to hook up with somebody, and I was like, doesn't he have a wife or something, right? And this is just normal. Like, they're not even shy in front of their friends.
Yeah.
Krishu, have you always been so good with English language? I mean, during school education, or you became fluent thanks to traveling? Well, I started to learn English very early. I was maybe 6 or 5. As far as I can remember, I was one of the best English speakers in my group of friends, classmates, and so on. So I always had a 6, like 6 in Poland is the highest grade you can get. So I always had a 6 in English because I was far ahead of the material. But I didn't really formally educate myself a lot. It was just a matter of watching a lot of television, I guess. But as far as speaking goes, I think I owe a lot to Kasia here and to being abroad, because when I came here a year and a half ago, I wasn't really comfortable talking in English. I could understand, I had the knowledge, but I just didn't have the grasp of the everyday use of English.
Is NBA and basketball popular in Japan and Tokyo? Do you like basketball?
I don't care about basketball
Have
at
you
all.
ever played basketball?
Maybe once or twice in school.
Really? And you don't like it? I really like basketball. I think it's very fun. I had a basketball hoop in my yard when I was little and I played with my brother all the time. But it's not popular here at all. They're much more popular sports. The most popular being baseball. Golf is really popular. Soccer is decently popular.
What languages Japanese children learn in school?
English. This is changing, I heard, but they learn grammar and reading and writing, and so that's why there's still so much demand for English teachers here, because they need the speaking part.
Could you switch your spots? Is typical Japanese food low fat or high fat?
Traditional Japanese food is pretty low fat. Once you go outside of the traditional Japanese food, it can get quite high fat. There's a lot of sauces, mayonnaise, things like this added. Your hair is gonna get all like icky.
I've heard somewhere there's big pressure on the girls in Japan to be kawaii. Not hot like in the West, but kawaii. Is it true? Yes.
Yeah, Japanese over here value kawaii a lot more than they value hot, it seems. That's how it seems. And in pop culture and media, there's a whole idol culture and all the girls are kawaii. In manga, the girls are kawaii. Kawaii is the thing. Sexy is like associated with Western culture more.
I think the example of the idol industry says the most. You have lots of idols in Japan and they're all like in the similar paradigm. They're just cute, you know. They're not, very rarely they're edgy. Like in Korean pop culture, there's a lot of edginess. There's like cool, sexy, right? Japan's more soft and delicate.
Yeah, even in the makeup style you'll see, in Japan they'll have really kawaii makeup, meaning they'll go for like big blush spots over here and things like that.
Do Japanese people take care of their bodies, or is it just normal that they are fit?
Of course there are Japanese people who go to the gym, but a lot less than I see in other countries. Most people are just fit here. From my friends, it seems that they'd rather eat less than go to the gym and exercise. Mostly people are just fit here from lifestyle and diet. If you compare it to the US, over here you take the train, which means you walk to the train, you walk from the station, you walk to your office. But in the US you just get in the car and drive. So you just kind of have naturally a bit more exercise here.
Sometimes guys would be kind of shy about how skinny they are. Like they see it as a negative. For us it's, wow, this guy's fit, right? But for them it's sometimes they would like to be bigger. And the Japanese girls also, they sometimes like bigger guys because they're just different to like the Japanese average. Me and other like foreigner friends I know here, we have been complimented on like our bellies or something. It's funny to experience that because nobody in Poland would tell you, you know, oh, I like that your belly sticks out. But in Japan it happens.
I remember speaking to a particular friend and she was dating two guys and she was like, yeah, this one has a better job and this one has this, but this one's so cute and like round. And it's, you know, like you don't really hear that anywhere else.
What's the best beer you've had in Japan, and are they better than European ones? I wouldn't say they're better.
I really enjoyed some craft beers that I've had.
Yeah.
When I was with Nihonjan, there was this Sakura one that was like, but from the major labels, I like Ebisu.
I like Asahi the most. I like Yona Yona, which is kind of like on the verge of mainstream and craft. There's a huge beer world here in Japan that we don't know about yet, but we want to explore. There is not any simple question, so what's your favorite color?
You know what my favorite color is?
No.
I think I know your favorite. Your favorite is teal.
Ah, your favorite is the like coral?
Coral is my second favorite. My favorite is like indigo, like kind of purplish blue. What mass media are most popular in Japan? Japanese people prefer newspaper rather than radio, for example, or they just know everything from internet and that's all they need? I don't actually know, but the reason I put this question in, do you know?
I know
Okay.
TV is big, newspapers are huge.
The reason I put this question is because I wanted to talk about how I wanted to mention that newspapers, the biggest newspapers are in Japan.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's the
true.
biggest media in Japan, but the biggest newspapers in the world are in Japan. Like the top 5, like 3 of them are Japanese or something. So they have, so newspapers where in the rest of the world they're dying, over here there's dying at a slower pace.
From my experience, the Japanese internet is pretty underwhelming, but this might be a generalization.
Generalization. Lization.
Generalization.
Lization. Just say lization.
Lization.
Generalization.
Generalization.
Yeah, that's good.
Do you watch TV in Japan? Are there any interesting channels?
I've lived here for 3 years. The first TV that I've sort of had is the one that we have in the office. And
It's right here. As you see, it's not being used.
yeah. It doesn't, yeah, we don't use it.
Have you ever had food poisoning in Japan? Maybe, but I don't think it was related to like being in Japan.
Yeah.
Maybe I was just feeling bad on my stomach.
Same. I might have, but it's not like it's something that happened because it's Japan. It's something that happened because I lived here for so long, and at some point it probably happened, but no particular memory. Food poisoning is not something that you have to worry about in Japan.
Okay, thank you all for watching. We've had a very interesting week, so if you haven't seen episodes from this week, you can go back and see them. Kasia's birthday was yesterday. That was a huge part of my week, at least, because I organized all this stuff.
Thank you so much, everybody, for the birthday wishes. It's been an amazing birthday. I couldn't have asked for a better birthday. Thank you, Chris, for doing everything. That was really awesome and impressive of you for pulling that off.
Yokatta.
Yabai. Subarashi.
So please watch previous episodes, subscribe to our channel, leave us a comment. You can ask questions for future Q&A. Just be happy and watch the Waga Pies.
Because once we get to 50,000 subscribers, we have something really, really special for you guys.
No, we don't. Every day is special with us.
Well, I tried.